Robert, you're on News 96.5. Go ahead.
Hi, Tom. My question is about living trust. I'm thinking about making a living trust. Do I have to have a will also, or does the living trust cover everything?
When you have a living trust, you have a special type of will called a pour-over will, as if you took a pitcher of water and you poured it. So, Bill, when you have a living trust, it is as though you have built an empty vault or an empty safe, and you must then fill it up with your assets. To avoid probate with the living trust, it requires two things. Number one, you have a trust. Number two, your trust owns all your assets. If you pass away with a $10,000 CD that for some reason you forgot to transfer it into the name of your trust, it's going to go through probate. It's going to be what you're trying to avoid. It's going to be governed by your pour-over will, which says take that $10,000 and pour it over into my trust and dispose of it pursuant to the plan of distribution in my trust. So, Robert, the answer is yes, you do. With the living trust, you do have a special type of will called a pour-over will. Does that answer your question, Robert?
Well, yes. So you still have to have some kind of a will, is what you're telling me. It has to be a pour-over will.
Yeah. Now, Robert, if you're asking me this question, Robert, but first of all, if you call most attorneys in Florida and you speak these words, I want to avoid probate, they might try and sell you a living trust. Why? Because it's long. It's complicated, and that makes it expensive. Chrissy and I, we focus on simple tools to avoid probate, and in fact, we have a booklet called Easy Ways to Avoid Probate. So, Robert, you didn't ask me if you need a living trust, but I'm telling you, before you pay for a living trust, you should check it out and see if you can use simple tools to avoid probate. We consider a living trust to be a complex tool. It can be appropriate in certain situations. So, Robert, if you want our booklet on easy ways to avoid probate, all you have to do is a call or text Chrissy to 407-808-8398.
Yes, exactly. And I was going to add is that sometimes, too, in addition to what you said, to also just let Robert know and others that a will would include, if you only had a will, that would have your plan of distribution. If you have a living trust, you will have the pour-over will, but the plan of distribution will be listed in the trust.
That's a great point. Yes, Robert.